to Winston-Salem, North Carolina in Wake Forest Stadium. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. It's the Miami Hurricanes and the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Miami's head coach told me before the game he has been warning his team all week about this game. Both teams undefeated to start this season, and he believes the difference will be who can execute the best. He believes that his team and his quarterback have the confidence and composure to compete well in this environment. I'll keep you posted on how well they're communicating down here on the field. Guys?
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. The Hurricanes will kick off first, and here we go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard. So Wake Forest's offense will have the first possession of the game. Last time we saw these guys, they came out firing. They were up to any challenge offered by the secondary. Any suggestions on how to prevent that from happening again this week, David?
And it's tough to have that great of a QB and that great of a wide receiver, but you definitely have to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Jam him. Mess up the timing. Their chemistry and timing with this elite QB and elite receiver is really good. Jesse, I got to mess it up somehow.
And you just have to take calculated risks, right? Every defensive coordinator wants to be aggressive, and you want to press them and play press man, but you can only do it a handful of times because you know in this game, when the quarterback sees that isolated matchup, there is no question he's going to take a shot deep down the field to that guy.
Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Lopez looking to buy time. He'll try to do it himself. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
I love it. The defense brings extra bodies near the line of scrimmage. They choose to blitz, get to him, try to speed up the processor just a little bit, force the scramble, no damage done. Nice job by this defense making him think really quickly and make a decision.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Lopez to pass. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26. The Demon Deacons decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Wants to return it. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. So the Miami Hurricane offense takes the field and they'll have their first possession. Malachi Tony coming off a 150-yard, 3-touchdown performance in their victory in the last game. Offense in a bunch formation. Mensah bringing the heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Wants to fire on second down. Pulls it in. It's Fletcher. Got 7 yards on the play. It's 3rd and 3.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage in predictable situations.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3 and outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4 and out if they converts on 4th down. Still going. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. And the Hurricanes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Throwing, Mensah. Going for it all. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Caught over the middle. It's Lofton. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on second down. They've got a little more work to do after that holding call. It's 2nd and long. Slithers into... There's some room. Hard running there. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run. So now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, this offense going to try to run the ball again here.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. And the Canes are rolling down the field. He wants to change this route. Here's Mensah to throw. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes! Got it right in the heart of the end zone.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Carr. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Rides to back and leaves it. Turning it on. Got enough for the first. Past the 50. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Demon Deacons. Excellent pass.
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. It didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls, and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Offense working from the pistol. Takes the handoff. It's Fletcher. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. That kind of play is just vintage Hurricane receiver play.
I mean, big-time playmakers on the outside. The list is long for Miami, but finding those elite speedsters down in the state of Florida, it's not a hard job.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fletcher. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
They're working that left side. Touchdown, Miami! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Wake Forest ready to get things going as the offense is on the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Throwing, Lopez. Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give. Down.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
They'll run the option. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little gain because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Lopez wants to fire. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And I tell you what, this guy's making a name for himself. 2 sacks last week. He's got 2 today already. He is terrorizing quarterbacks.
Third down following the sack by the D. DB's right up on the receivers. Throwing right. And the third down pass incomplete after a good deflection by the defense. And the Demon Deacons will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Slips through the line. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. One final play before the end of the quarter. The run inside. It's Pringle. Defense makes a stand as the clock runs down to 0. How about these 2 running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Might be calling a hot route. Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance, everything they're...
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, trying to find his man. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
And first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
This offense has it with really good field position. Here's Lopez to throw. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Short hands, it's Johnson. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. When you've already seen your quarterback go down 3 times, you might as well try holding, and they didn't get away with it. So after getting nabbed for holding, it's 2nd and long. Lopez, play action. Here comes the heat. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
Lopez from the gun on 3rd down. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Demon Deacons will line up to punt it away.
Well, that time on 3rd and long, they just took what the defense gave them. Nothing down the field. They were hoping maybe he could make somebody miss after the catch. Wasn't able to do it, so now it sets up 4th.
He's got great speed. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. Fires to the middle. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Got open on the post and then had no regard for his body in making that catch.
Exactly right. You know you're going to get hit a lot of times coming over the middle of the field, but he runs that post, lays out, makes the play for his quarterback. That's a tough hombre.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
Caught behind the line. It's Vaughn.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
And this offense, right, they are in a groove. They are in a rhythm, just finding themselves play after play. Everything they're dialing up right now is working. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm not changing a thing. I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing because this defense has had zero answers.
The Canes will try to put one on the board on first and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. Got it. Touchdown, Canes. Made. And took it on in for the score.
Nice pitch and catch. This receiver and quarterback have done this thousands of times. Finds the open man, throws a strike. The receiver does the rest, gets into the end zone.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Demon Deacons offense makes its way out to start this drive. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Really good job by the defense seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
The play fake, Gio Lopez. Fires quickly. There he goes. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here.
And it's hard to imagine a defense losing the big fella, losing the tight end, but where was the coverage? Something broke down right there between linebackers and safeties to try to figure out where he was. He's the beneficiary, catches the football, a lot of grass in front of him to make a big play.
He hits the slide, and he's got enough to convert that third down.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. And it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
Wow, what a big play by that defender. And how about the hit-stick tackle? Woo! That ball carrier is going to remember that.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Zings it complete to the right. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense They need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
And the Demon Deacons trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Here's Gio Lopez to throw. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. Lopez to pass. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Behind the chains now on second and long. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. It's Lofton. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice.
Finding some, got some room, headed to the goal line. He's all the way down to the 3, showed it all on that run.
Man, this is a guy who just seems to get better as the game goes on. What a run getting his offense down close to the goal line.
So nice creating explosive runs in the run game. Now you're getting in the red, inside the 5. Go punch this in and get a touchdown.
Now Wake Forest will stop the clock and use their first timeout. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Mensah, here's a heat. Deflected at the goal line.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Got nothing last time, now second and goal from the 3. Quarterback may change this route. Slams ahead. And he's in. Touchdown, Hurricanes. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And the running game is so important when you get inside that 10-yard line and that field starts to shrink. And it's so nice to have a back with some physicality. Great job running the football, using that stiff arm, finishing the run, and getting in the end zone.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some...
He's taking the shot. It's caught. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
That is a big-time completion for the offense. You have to give all the credit to the offensive line because he had all day to sit back there in the pocket, find an open man downfield. That was just way too easy for the offense. The defense, no pass rush whatsoever. And the result is a big explosive play for the O.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fellow right in the middle.
The Demon Deacons use their second timeout. They'll have one left. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
From the gun on third down, Lopez. He's got an open man. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
That is a play the offense absolutely had to have. They're trailing, right? This is a big third down, but what a great job by the QB and his target being on the same page, hooking up for that big-time play. Now they're in the red zone, and all of a sudden they got a chance to score a touchdown here and make this thing interesting.
Personal foul.
That's just an obvious face mask penalty there. No way you're getting away with it. Got to keep your composure there. And the offense grateful for that penalty if they can just move it one more yard to get it in. Pushes ahead. Stopped in his tracks, and they'll have to try it again. The Demon Deacons come to the line in the hurry-up. Lopez. Floating away. Touchdown, Wake Forest! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half. That is a time window that oftentimes determines games, and you're seeing it potentially happen here. It was critical the offense was able to go down, drive the field, and score a touchdown here late in the first half, knowing they get the ball back first in the second half. And if they go out right away in the second half and good things happen, this game takes on a completely different feel.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. On the ground, it's Fletcher. Got enough for the first. Still running at the 40. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He's in open space downfield. Inside the 45. Here's a little room there. They finally get him stopped. Man, oh man, did he almost make a play to end this half, but stopped on a touchdown-saving tackle. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, we welcome you into our palatial Orlando studios for the Week 3 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with a look at Syracuse, taking on the Pitt Panthers.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. If they have any intention of getting this drive going, they better come up with something on 2nd and long from the 10. He might want another play. Throwing, Mensah. Rushes on him. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Great place to start start for this offense. Looking for room. It's Wiggins. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
That's a great play by the defense. They've got the lead by a lot here in the third quarter, and the offense is trying to run at them, and they just completely blew that thing up. Big tackle for loss. They've now put them in an obvious passing situation. Expect them to pin their ears back, try to get after the quarterback here.
Going for it all. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Man, defenses are terrified of giving up that big play. I like the offense taking a shot down the field, showing the defense, like, listen, hey, you're going to have to guard this. You better start being worried about the deep ball. Now maybe I can take some shots underneath, and it might loosen that secondary up a bit.
Unleashes one. Caught along the sideline. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
And we've seen him do it by land.
And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Running the red zone, it's Wiggins. Touchdown, Demon Deacons! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again, and how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Looking for a gap. It's Pringle. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. And the Canes come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Might have a chance. Touchdown, Miami! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
David, I mean, you can take your hands away from your eyes. At this point, this thing is just defense optional. This is atrocious. Nobody wants to tackle in this game. Nobody wants to take an angle. It's another long touchdown. Great job by the running back. But when are these defenses going to show up?
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's hard to watch, man. Just, we've got to get lined up, make sure you're in the right gap. You can't jump out of your gap. You can't guess. And these defenses, they're giving up big plays, and those are the ones that will kill you because it's points right away. And a lot of points in this football game, and these coordinators, they're not real happy right now.
Running inside, it's Wiggins. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Going to have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Throwing, Lopez. Got his man. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. From the gun, third down, Gio Lopez. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43. Quarterback making checks. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
With the catch, it's Lofton. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on third and short. Here's Mensah to throw. Finds the tight end. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on third and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands, first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires it incomplete.
And those are the ones you just want to pull it back in as soon as you throw it as a quarterback, because you know he was open, I had him, I just put too much underneath it and missed out on a big play.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Takes a hit as he fires. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. It'll be third and long. Now the play fake. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Canes! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David. When the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his second touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think that's going to be the last time we see him touch the ball.
Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Here's Lopez to throw. Makes the grab. It's Hernandez. And the Demon Deacons with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. That false start will just increase the degree of difficulty at 2nd and 7. Lopez wants to fire. Makes the grab over the middle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good third down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you want. Like the interception, the turnover, good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
Caught in the backfield, it's Wiggins. Breaks into the open. Here's a Demon Deacon still down on the field, and they'll stop play to have him looked at. That's the sophomore running back there taking a look at, and Holly Rowe will let us know what's going on the sideline. The completion picked up 6 yards on first down, now 2nd and 4. They'll send the back in motion. Here's Gio Lopez to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. And a really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They go play action with Lopez. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
They're in the gun on 3rd down. It's Lopez. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The Demon Deacons will call on their punt team. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And the punt goes out of bounds. We'll see where the officials spot it, but they certainly gave him no opportunity for a return. Let's see what Holly Rowe has for us on the sideline.
Checking in from the Miami sideline, their tight end has been a brilliant target here today. Over 100 yards receiving already in this game, and I expect them to keep him in and keep going to this big target. As you know, the tight ends never get the glory, and this guy is on fire today. Let's see if they continue to feed him the rock. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Got his man. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. When you play receiver for this guy, you better be ready to catch the football. He spread it all over the place through the first 3 periods. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Escapes the pressure to his right. He's got him. Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. The Hurricanes are marching down the field. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes a catch. Hard-nosed, determined effort to work his way up to the 35-yard line. The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. Headed outside. It's Fletcher. Maybe some room here. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. A one-sided game like this one, and you suffer an injury that is not ideal. And the Hurricanes kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Mensah. He'll take a shot. In the end zone, he's got it! Touchdown, Hurricanes! With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
I got to be honest, as a guy that used to play for Steve Spurrier, I never have a problem watching offenses continue throwing the ball when they've got a big lead. And that's what we've seen in this one. They're way up on the scoreboard. This coach is still letting this guy chuck the rock. That now his 5th passing touchdown, and I believe you keep throwing it until the defense proves they can stop you.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. Lopez to pass. They get to him as he throws. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Wiggins. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
And man, he really hasn't been the problem today. How about that? He's rushed for over 100 yards, another big chunk play on the ground. They've continued to be able to run the football well, but here now in the second half, you've built yourself a deficit. I wonder how many more runs they got in them. They got to open this passing attack up and make some big plays.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Lopez unloads it left. With the catch, it's Hernandez. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Touchdown, Damon Deacon. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On design runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here.
Well, trailing by as much as they are here in the 4th quarter, no big surprise. They're going to go onside kick, and obviously their opponent was ready for it. They hop on the football, and they're going to ice this game.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Creates a little room. Oh, he's got some space.
And that running back essentially just did everything right. Not only did he rip off a 9-yard run with the lead late in the game, but he stayed in bounds. He had the awareness that if I stay in bounds, the clock keeps running, and it increases our chances of winning this game.
Under fire. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game. And the defense gets the big 3rd down stop, creates some momentum. Hey, I don't know if they're going to go for it on 4th down, but the defense is continuing to fight, continuing to hustle, continue to fly around. These are positive signs from a group that you know needs to continue to grow, needs to continue to build, needs to continue to get better.
Trying to keep this drive alive. Pulled down, but he's got enough to convert on 4th, the fresh set of downs, and to keep that clock churning.
How about that 4th down? I'm going for it because I'm ending this game with my offense on the field, getting the first down, and now Palmer just watching it go tick, tick, tick.
Yep. Listen, it's just imposing your will, right? You know you're running it. The opponent knows you're running it there on 4th down. There's just nothing they can do to stop you.
Might be changing the route. Throwing, Mensah. Got him downfield. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. So Miami signals for a timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wide receiver going in motion. Hauls it in. He's trying to get it in. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami! That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Holly, what update do you have for us?
Guys, down here on the Wake Forest sideline, this defense has been the star of the show today. The offense has had their back against the wall, and now is the moment. They've got to come alive. They are trailing in this game, and I can see them talking to each other before they take the field for this drive. Now is their moment. They feel it, and they're trying to get each other hyped up and ready to go for this possession. Reese?
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about.